Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today and welcome to today's Shortcuts Classroom Training. My name is Chris and I'm the Shortcuts Educator for the Southeast. Now, at the end of the session, we will have a quick question and answer session. But if not, if you would like to email me afterwards, that's not a problem. You will get my personal email address. That's not a problem. And I will pass those details on to you towards the end of the session. Now, what will we be covering today? So today we will be looking at the Salon mobile guest app and the custom CICs. Now, CICs are our client information cards. Okay, so as we can see, have you ever wished if you could have your very own mobile app specifically for your salon? Available in the Google Play Store or the App Store, which could be customized to suit your business, and then it can be downloaded for your clients where they can make appointments, update all their personal information, that kind of thing. It would be a fantastic tool to have. So today we're going to go through that. As we can see, your client information cards, it makes capturing client information an absolute breeze. Especially with GDPR coming in, we don't need to worry about loose bits of papers, that kind of thing. And obviously, creating custom client information cards enables us to tailor your business that a little bit further. So we can have a look at those laser custom patch test forms, those microblading forms, those tattooing forms, and of course we can do a more in-depth skin test form for our hairdressers. So the possibilities are pretty much endless as long as we follow and adhere to all rules and regulations. Okay, so that's what we will be covering today. Okay, so as you can see in this session, we'll be covering setting up and customizing your very own mobile guest app. We'll be changing the themes, creating custom tiles within the app, and we'll also look at creating your very own bespoke custom client information cards and how clients can access these to have full control. Okay, now as says at the beginning, we will have a question and answer session towards the end. If not, you are more than welcome to contact us at education@shortcuts.co.uk, or you're more than welcome to give one of our friendly help desk team a call on 0161 972 4900. Okay, ladies and gents, so let's jump straight into it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to open up an internet page. Now, I personally do prefer using Chrome. And all we need to do is type in console.shortcutsoftware.com and you'll be presented with a page like this just in front of me. Okay, for those of you, if you want an extra quick shortcut, you can, underneath your pin screen on Shortcuts, you can click on the console login button and this will take you directly to this page here as well. Now, for the Salon app, which is what we will start with, there are just a few things we can just double check in the background. So just first of all, make sure your business hours and all your details are correct within Shortcuts. If you do need any help with any of the configuration, please do let me know towards the end of the session and I can show you how to configure that. But perfect. Okay, so we are now looking at the online console. Now, the first thing we can do, if you haven't already configured this within your Book Me settings and so forth, the first thing we can do is go to our second tile. I'm just going to highlight that now, ladies and gents, where it says Site Settings. And we can just jump straight into that. And just make sure we've got all the product brands in, any images in our gallery, anything like that, and of course our short and long description. So the first thing we're just going to do is scroll down. Now I'm obviously using a test site, but in yours you will be able to put all the relevant information in. Here under the short description, please just make sure you've popped the description in for the salon. That can be anything less than 225 characters. And as we can see, this will be used by my local salon and the Salon app, which is of course what we're going through now, ladies and gents. Underneath we have a slightly, well, much longer description we can pop in, and you can go crazy with this. You can pop in as much detail as you wish. And again, this will be used for my local salon and Salon app. And of course, whenever we finish creating the descriptions, all we need to do on the right-hand side, just click the Save button. Perfect. And then underneath that, once that is finished save, so we can see the save was successful, we can also jump straight into the site gallery on the right-hand side of our navigation bar. This is where we may wish to upload any images of the salon. Now, of course, we can upload the images of our employees as well. To do this, we would do this directly through Shortcuts. If you haven't already done this, please do let me know, and of course I will let you know how to set up images and bio details for your staff. Okay, so we've added in our short and long description now, and we can also see we can just add some images in there. So what we can do now is jump straight into configuring our Salon app. So for this, we're just going to go back to the Start button just here on the left-hand side. If you just look at the screen for me, perfect. Once we click onto that, all we need to do just down the bottom of our console is click onto My Salon app. Perfect. And once we've loaded up the My Salon app tile, just as we've done there, then all we need to do on the left-hand side is type in the app business code. This will typically, ladies and gents, be the name of your salon or your beauty shop or anything like that. All you need to do is simply type in your salon name and click the box here where it says check availability and just ensure it comes up with the name that is available. Okay, and of course, like we do, we always click the save button on the right-hand side. Now, it's entirely up to you, but I always start with the theming. So on the right-hand side, you will see we have 3 different columns to work from. We have dashboard, tiles, and theming. So I always start with theming, so if we just jump straight into that. Now this, ladies and gents, as you will see, determines sort of the color, the decoration of how your app would look. Now we've given you a helping hand. On the left-hand side, you will see we have some default themes, and I will circle that for you now. Okay, so all we need to do is navigate to the drop down arrow, click onto that, and you will see we've got Barber Black, Beauty Pink, and so forth. We've got some other default colors we can use. To apply these colors, all we need to do is simply hit the apply button. And you will see it will automatically change the color for you. However, if you want to go one step further and make it completely custom, on the left-hand side, you will see we have each of those colors individually. So you see we've got the background colors, the top bar background color, bottom bar background, and so forth. So if we wish to take this one step further and create our specific colors, all we need to do is simply click onto the relevant color, use our slider on the right-hand side, and click to which color we wish to do. When we're happy, we click the choose button to confirm it. And you will see that instantly changes it. Now this lovely purple color we have chosen here, you may wish to carry on with this color theme throughout the rest of the app. So you will see here, ladies and gents, we have what we call a little hex code, and it's represented here by a hashtag and some letters and some numbers. If we were to take a copy of this and simply paste it in, you can see we can easily replicate that color as many times as we need to. And we can do this as many times to ensure we have the perfect looking app. And when we're happy, same as before, ladies and gents, all we need to do is simply hit the save button. Okay, and that is our theming. So you'll now see on the right hand side, we have dashboard and we have tiles. So now what we can do is we can jump into your tile section. Okay, now these are all of the specific individual tiles that will appear on your app. We do have some default ones, and of course you can create your own custom ones. So on the left hand side, you will see we have some default tiles. Now my appointments, that is where your clients can manage past and book future appointments. So managing past means they can have a look at their previous services they've had. About, this will pull all of the information about the salon. Now remember at the beginning we looked at those short and long descriptions. This is where this information will be pulled through from. Underneath we have the My Profile. This is where clients can manage all of their personal details. Again, they have full control, making it a fantastic tool to have for our clients, this Salon app. The Book Now button, of course, your clients can now book appointments with you to save clogging up the phones, the reception desk, that kind of thing. They've got full control at home. They can make the appointment as and when. Okay, Meet the Team. This will pull all the information through about your employees, and of course through this as well, if they see a specific employee they like or one they've maybe used before, they can of course book directly with that specific employee as well. Specials, this will list all the specials you have for your My Local Salon. So if you've not configured any My Local Salon specials, please do let me know towards the end of the session. Services, this will pull through a list of all of your services. They can choose the correct service or see a little bit more information about each service. Facebook News, this will be your Facebook tile. Check-in, if you are using the check-in app. API telemetry, please do not worry about this. This will not appear in yours. This is just because we're using a test site. Visit history, we don't actually use. And loyalty, if you are using loyalty within the app, this will also pull through. Okay. So underneath, you will see we have some custom tiles. So we've got My Shortcuts Shop, Instagram, and website. Now, it's a good idea at this stage, ladies and gents, to maybe pop in a Twitter, an Instagram, and that kind of thing. And I will show you in just a second how to do that. Now, each of your tiles, so if we go to Instagram, each of your tiles will have a photo, a link, and a little description. So you will see here, this is the label name. So this is what is known as Instagram for this one. And underneath, you will also see we have the link. So if you're creating a brand new one, maybe a blog or a Twitter, this is where you would pop in the link for that relevant social media or that website. Underneath, we have the display image. This will be the image that is displayed on your tile within the app. All you would need to do for this is find the relevant image for Instagram or Twitter and just simply upload it. So you just click the choose file and you would just simply upload it down the bottom, making it nice and easy. Okay. And you can do that for all of your tiles. Now, I would recommend for your default tiles, ladies and gents, so let's say for maybe the appointments, my profile, meet the team, I would definitely recommend to go through and maybe editing or changing all of the display images and making it more personal, making it look more like your salon. Okay, excellent stuff. So there we go. You can see we have changed our theming and we have now added in some new tiles and we've changed the photos for our tiles. And when we're happy, all we need to do on the right-hand side, again, just simply click the Save button. Okay, so the very last thing we can do, ladies and gents, on the right-hand side of our navigation bar, we can navigate our way to Dashboard. Now, Dashboard is the layout of all of the tiles we have created. Okay, so you'll see on the left-hand side, represented in this mobile phone, you will see all of our tiles. Now, one thing to bear in mind, ladies and gents, you can only have 3 tiles in a row as a maximum. Okay, now by that I mean just here, you see where we've got Book Now, Instagram, and My Profile. And as you can see, all of our relevant images for each tile will be pulled through. If we wanted to change the order of any of our tiles, all we would do is simply click and drag and move them around. Okay, and you will see on the right hand side we have our default inactive tiles. If you wish to make any of your tiles inactive for whichever reason, all we need to do is just click and just drag on the right hand side. Okay, so we can see how quickly and easy it is to configure our settings and our tiles for this app we're just setting up here. Perfect. Okay, and when we're happy, ladies and gents, all we need to do is simply hit onto the Save button on the right hand side. Perfect. And that, ladies and gents, is how we will configure the settings and the tiles for all of our mobile guest apps. Now, how do our clients go ahead and download the app? Well, all they need to do in the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store, all they need to do is simply go onto the search bar at the top, and all they need to do is type in My Salon app if you are a hairdresser, My Beauty app if you are a beauty salon, or My Barber app if you are a barber, whichever one is relevant to yourselves. Once they have done that, all they need to do is simply type in your salon name. They may need to turn on location for this to work, but it should be absolutely fine. As soon as they found your salon, it will automatically default your salon to their mobile app, and they can start making appointments nice and easy, nice and quickly. Okay, if they do wish to make a booking on the app on their phone, all they need to do is simply click onto the Book Now button. It will be represented by like a bar graph, which will show the availability within your salon or beauty therapist salon, or beauty salon. Okay, or of course they can click onto the employees and click on the specific employee and book that way. Or of course, if you do have online booking set up on Facebook, you can also set it up on Facebook so they can make an appointment on Facebook. Okay, and there we go, ladies and gents. That is how we configure our mobile guest app. And that is how our clients can quickly and easy make an appointment and manage their personal information. Now, it will sync directly real time with shortcuts. So get downloading it, have a play around with it, get stuck in with it, and get spreading the word about this fantastic tool we have and let all the clients know. Perfect. Okay, so that is our mobile guest app, ladies and gents. Now, the next thing we're going to have a look at is our custom CICs. That's our custom client information cards. Now, to do this, we will stay within the smart system console that we are looking at. So you'll see I'm just going to navigate back to the start button just here. Okay, so exactly the same way. Once you're looking at the screen in the bottom right hand corner for me, all we need to do is just simply click onto client information. Now, it is worth pointing out at this stage, ladies and gents, I personally always use Google Chrome for this because I just find it just seems to be a little bit more seamless and seems to control just a little bit better. Okay, so the idea of our custom CICs is it basically gives us the chance to create a digital client form for your business. So looking at the Smart System console like we are now, on the bottom right hand corner, all we need to do, and I will highlight it just now, is where we have 3 people sat next to each other. All we need to do is just simply click onto that. Perfect. And on the right hand side, you will see a tab where it says Forms. And I will highlight that just now for you. Perfect. Now, as I'm using a test site, you will see we have already created a few forms already. Once you've got the hang of this, you will see you'll probably want to create more than one. This is where any existing forms will sit. Okay, and of course, if you do wish to, you can go back and edit them at any point. So the first question you will see is a little question with a tick box where it says continue to allow sites to use the standard client information form in addition to the forms below. So our standard client information card is the one you're probably already familiar with their first name, last name, address, and so forth. Okay, so to create a form, it is nice and simple, ladies and gents. You will see on the right-hand side of our navigation bar, we have a box where it says create a form, and also in the bottom left-hand corner, we also have create a form. It's entirely up to you which one you decide to use. Okay, the first thing we will be shown is the form name. Okay, so I'm going to call this webinar skin test. Underneath, pop a tick in this box to activate it. Retain history. Store a record of this form each time a client completes it. Tick this box if you simply want the patch test form or whichever form you're doing to be retained each time a client fills it out. Renewal frequency. Choose how often this form needs to be updated for each client. Once only, every visit, or if we click into this box, we can type in every 6 months, every 12 months. This may be more relevant for our patch test forms. Employee review. Now, if you've already set up such as our features, such as client information cards where you are using it on a tablet, so we can choose whether our employees need to review and accept the information entered before the client before it is saved. So this is basically if you want one of your staff members to review it and check it's been filled out correctly, then it will be saved. Okay. And then underneath you will see a layout of our tablet just here. Okay, so we have 2 sets of fields you will see on the right hand side, just where my cursor is now. We have the shortcuts client fields and we have the extra form fields. Okay, so the shortcuts client fields, this contains information which will be stored in the client card. This is their first name, last name, address, and so forth, any sort of personal information. And underneath we have extra form fields. This is what you will use to actually create and build the form. This will not update the client card at all. Okay, now at this point, ladies and gents, you may have in your mind the kind of custom client information card you may wish to create. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a sort of generic test one for you, just to give you an idea of some of the fields, some of the functions we have in this fantastic tool we can use here. Okay, so I'm going to create sort of a good example for you. So the first thing I like to do is just pop a logo just at the top. So you see just here where it says image and logo, that will create a box just there for you. And underneath, you can see field details. We can upload an image if we wish to. This most likely will be your salon's logo or whichever you wish it to be. And underneath, you see we have the alignment. We have center, left, or right. So if I center that, you will see it takes the image directly to the middle. And underneath, we also have the image size. Now, I'd always recommend keeping this box ticked to maintain aspect ratio. This will ensure your box doesn't become too distorted. So you will see I've added in the logo at the top. If we wish to remove this at any point, ladies and gents, all we need to do is simply click the cross in the top right-hand corner. Next thing I'm going to do is add in a heading. And underneath you will see the heading text. Now what we sometimes say on this, ladies and gents, to give you a bit of a tip and a trick, on the left-hand side, this is where all of our information is, but we edit it on the right. So we can click it on the left and then edit it on the right. Perfect. Now I have more than one field. You will see as I click onto it, there's an arrow next to my cross. This will change the location of it. Perfect. Okay, so I've added in an image logo. I've now added in a heading just at the top, just here for you. Okay, so now what we can do is we can add in some basic client information fields for the client to fill out. You will see, ladies and gents, once I've clicked onto each field, you can no longer add that for certain fields. That is so you don't accidentally ask them to fill out their first name twice or their last name twice. Now you will see there I've popped mobile underneath postcode. Rather than deleting it, we can just simply use our handy arrows just to move it up that way. So you can see here how quickly and easy we can start to build this custom client information card. Now for this particular one, I'm going to add in accept medical data storage. Now you will see as I do this, ladies and gents, I have this appear, options configured within Shortcuts POS, options configured within Shortcuts POS. This will automatically pull through any answers they have already given for this question, and also any options within the quick detailed section filling out your client information cards. Once you've created them, ladies and gents, you will see exactly what I mean. I'm just going to move this back to the top. Perfect, and I'm also just going to move this just up a little bit. Perfect. There we go. We've already started to create a really handy tool and a really handy client information card for our clients to start filling out. Okay. So what we can do to make it a little bit more bespoke, we can start adding in some questions. Now for this, I'm just going to minimize our Shortcuts client fields, and I'm going to open up extra form fields. So I may wish to add in some single choice questions. Now single choice question means they can only give one answer. So there'll just be the one answer that they can give. So it could be, do you smoke? You will see here I have the label position. So if you look at the moment, it's sort of put in a bit of a square. If I do above the field, you will see it puts it more direct like that. Mandatory if this question has to be answered, and you will see a little red asterisk appears next to the question. And display. Choose how the single choice options will be displayed, vertically or horizontally. Now once I input some answers, you will see exactly what I mean by this. Right at the bottom under options, this is where you will input all of your answers. Once we've chosen a correct answer, we just click the plus sign just to add this to our question. So you can now see we can choose one or the other of these answers. So how would we like these answers displayed, vertically or horizontally? Vertically, we'll place them on top of each other, and horizontally, we'll place them next door to each other. Okay, you may wish to add in some multiple choice questions where they can simply add in more than one answer. To do this, again, under extra form fields, we will simply click on to multiple choice. Okay, and again, label position, if we put it above the field, it puts it in a straight line for you. Now you will see here multiple choice number of columns. Now at this point, ladies and gents, this isn't how many answers you can give. You can give as many answers as you wish. Once I've added in some answers for you, you'll see exactly what I mean. So again, in the box down the bottom, we just simply add in our answers. And you see if we scroll up, we can see our answers now appeared here. Now the number of columns, if we change this toggle to 2, you will see it will put a maximum of 2 in a line like that. If we change it back to 3, we'll put all 3 in a line. Again, ladies and gents, you have full control over this. This is exactly however you would like it to look. That's why we can specify and change that. Okay. So again, you may wish them to be a checkbox. We also have a multi-line text if you want to pop some writing in there. Okay, so we can do that. We can also add in a number box underneath as well. There will always be a default value, ladies and gents, whenever we work with our number tick boxes and number check boxes. So it's entirely up to you, whatever you want your default value to be. Just use the arrows on the right hand side to just set your default, and then this will be what they see first of all when they go to answer this question, and then they can just simply use the arrows to just move it up and down as well. And again, we can make these questions mandatory. Okay. Underneath, if you don't wish to have all of your answers on show, you may wish to have a little drop down list where the answers will only be available once they click on the little drop down arrow. Again, just to add in a little bit of privacy, that kind of thing. We also have a terms and condition block. Now, this is a fantastic tool we have here, ladies and gents. For a lot of our client information cards, we do like our clients to actually sign. So under the terms and conditions, you can pop your terms and conditions in there. You can also add in your company name, site name, and registered business. Now, this will automatically pull through any information. So your company name will be pulled through, your site name, your business number, business name, address will automatically pull through. And you will also see we have accept waiver via signature. So you'll see once we do that, it has a sign here. Now this, ladies and gents, the terms and condition block is automatically made mandatory. So you will see that represented by our red asterisk just there. Now on your tablet, I would recommend maybe getting yourself a little stylus pen, something along those sorts of lines, just so your client can fill it out without damaging your iPad or your Samsung Galaxy tablet or whichever you may be using. Okay, and when you're completely happy, all you need to do is just simply hit the save button on the right hand side. This will show any errors that we have. So you can see here, I didn't add in an actual logo. So if I just delete that out, just so you don't have to just see me add in a logo, click the save button. Once you've saved, it will automatically take you back to this screen just here. And you will see a list again of all of your skin tests or your client information cards that you have created. To edit one, all we need to do is just simply click the edit button and it will take us directly back to it. Perfect. So there we go, ladies and gents. We have created our Salon mobile guest app, and we have also created our custom CIC form. So how do our clients use the CIC form? How do our employees give the CIC form, the custom CIC form, to our clients? That's very easy. It's exactly the same way if you are already utilizing our client information cards on your tablets and that kind of thing. All you would need to do is, once I can show you on the screen, once you've got client information open, like you would normally when you ask them to fill out their information, find the relevant client, choose client mode as if you would normally when they're filling out the client information cards. Then this time you will see a list of any custom client information cards available. And there you'll see down the bottom, ladies and gents, we have our webinar skin test. Once we click onto that, it will load up and you will see it's pulled through any information that has already been given. And when they're happy, all they need to do is just simply hit the done button like before. And that will update any information like before. And there we go, ladies and gents. That is our mobile guest app at the beginning, and that is our custom CIC forms. Thank you ever so much for joining me this afternoon. Please do have a play around with it. If you have any questions, please feel free to put them across now, and I'll be more than happy to help. If not, thank you all for joining me this afternoon. It's been lovely speaking with you. For those of you who have not jumped onto any of my webinars, I do around 1 or 2 a week. Again, I'm talking about some fantastic tools I have. So like we've gone through the Salon mobile app today, we've gone through the custom CIC forms. We'll also be going through stock. We'll be going through a new starter. So if you have a new member of staff starting with you soon, I'll also be going through a new starter webinar this Monday afternoon. So please do stay tuned. And like I said, we will be having some fantastic videos coming up. Of course, if you miss some of this, or if you want to pass this information on, or if you simply just want to watch it back and refresh it, it will be recorded on YouTube under Shortcuts Classroom Training Sessions. Once you've watched this one back, please do feel free to have a look at some of the other ones I've done. And yeah, just sort of let us know how you get on. But any questions, I'm here for the next couple of minutes. Just sort of let me know. But thank you ever so much. And if not, enjoy the rest of your day. Perfect. Okay, so I think that's it just for all of the questions there. Like I said, if you do think of something in the next couple of days, you will be sent out my email address for the next couple of days. Please do feel free to just drop me a question, even if you just need a little bit of help or just configuring something, or just a few more questions you may have. Please do let me know. But if not, thank you ever so much for joining me this afternoon. I appreciate you all jumping on, and I hope to speak to you again soon. Have a lovely day, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye-bye.